Hello there again. I was thinking about sharing one of my methods with you that I've taught to several of the therapists that I've supervised. This is mostly applicable to school staff who may be working with a child on campus who happens to have many very disruptive and maladaptive behaviors. Although this technique could also be used with pretty much anyone who has several difficult behaviors. An RBT therapist that I had been supervising for quite a long time got assigned to a student who was about 7 years old at the time. He had highly developed verbal skills, which he used frequently in class and outside on the playground. Often the words and the tone were very negative and rude. He often used them towards the teacher, school staff, and the therapist. He also managed to use behaviors that constantly disrupted the classroom. My therapist was having a really hard time working with him, and she admitted to me one day that he was her most difficult client, and if the company could reassign her to another school or another classroom, it would be something that she'd be fine with. So I came to the school and I observed a few times and saw everything that she had described to me. Basically, I confirmed everything that she was telling me about the boy's behavior and negative consequences that were occurring as a result of his behaviors. I met with her later and asked her to tell me 3 things that she really liked about this student. She couldn't come up with 3. So I said, okay, let's sit down and brainstorm this and talk about it. We came up with one thing. It had occurred on the playground about a week prior to this. She described seeing him go over to a younger child who had tripped and fell on the playground. So this student, the one with the maladaptive behaviors, he dropped everything he was doing and ran over to the other student, and while saying, "Are you okay?" he reached his hand out and helped the boy up. Once the boy said he was okay, well, then this student, he walked back over near the therapist, and without saying anything to her, he went right back to playing his activity. He never had any reaction or anything else like that. So we focused on that one behavior. So now the therapist and I agreed that she would attentively watch him on the playground. And every time she caught him doing something like this, she would tell him what a nice thing he had done and how it probably made the other kid feel a lot better. She took data on how many times this occurred and the outcome of what happened afterwards. After a few weeks of this, we began to notice on the data that he was increasing his nicer comments to people and decreasing the negativity of comments and the disruptive behaviors in the classroom. She continued to use this strategy, and over the next several months, his behaviors had changed to more positive type of comments and becoming more cooperative. She no longer wanted to be reassigned to a different classroom, and she was now feeling empowered with her new found ability to help him modify his focus and behaviors to ways that he automatically received positive social reinforcement from his surrounding environment. Thank you. I hope that this example helps you and you're able to think about it, and even if it's just simply something, having a really hard day with a student, maybe what you could do is just focus in, a student or even your own child, focus in on one thing, just one thing that's going really well for them, something that they did, something that they said, anything that's positive. And if you can't find anything, focus on something that they like, something that you have in common with them that they like. Focus on that thing and just keep building on it and encouraging them in that direction, so that you're noticing and commenting on the positive behavior more than the child is getting in trouble for other behaviors. And the more you focus in on the things that they're doing right, those will build and they will grow over time. And as they grow, then the other more negative type behaviors will be decreasing while the more positive behaviors are increasing. Anyway, it really works, and I hope this helps. Have a wonderful day, and it was great to talk to you. Okay, take care.